Okay, welcome back, everybody. I want to give a big shout out to Dawn again, or I think she knew. She's just like, hey, why don't you get the owl and use the pescatoodle with the while you have the owl near you? I think she already knew what was going to happen, but for those of you that don't know, so I see I've got the owl with me. I'm gonna go over here next to a body of water, which is this one, and I'm gonna use. Oops, sorry. I'm gonna use my pescatoodle. And there goes the owl. And he goes and he grabs a fish. Now you see we got ourselves a pond lurker and we didn't even have to try to get it. Now you see that there's a cooldown on it, so it's not like we're gonna get, a bajillion free fish this way unless there's some way to get the cooldown to shorten. But I don't know how to do that. I don't know if there is a way to do that. So I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Now, how far away do I have to be? Like, if I did it here, right, so I did it there, and it doesn't seem like it. So we have to be at least within a certain amount. Now, I did buy a ton of seeds. Gotta get these seeds planted. We are farmers, after all. And speaking of farming, so, I've started, if you were watching this, you may have noticed some strange horticulture videos popping up. If you're one of my subscribers, that is. I've completed the playthrough of that, so all the videos are already, well, the last few ones are uploading right now, so those will all be available to watch soon for you. It is a pretty interesting game. It's not exactly, the same thing it's definitely not the same thing as Kynseed. That's for sure. It's more of a light puzzle game, which I normally don't. I mean, puzzle games for me are very tricky because I get frustrated easily with puzzles. I don't like, even though neuroscience says it's okay, I still get kind of upset about having to use hints. Okay, like if I'm playing a puzzle game and I have to use a hint, then it kind of makes me upset when I have to use a hint. I would rather be able to, I like to think myself super smart and able to finish it all by myself. So every once in a while when I have to use a hint, it kind of bothers me, which I really shouldn't let it bother me because it's not my fault. I mean, sometimes, you know, um, puzzles just not designed that well, or like when you're doing a crossword puzzle. And my dad likes to do crossword puzzles, and and sometimes I'll look at the crossword puzzles and like I'll know a lot of the answers, but then sometimes some of the questions are like, shortstop for the New York Yankees in 1927. Like, how am I supposed to know that? I mean, obviously there's a way for me to know that. I mean, I don't. To me, using Google to try and figure these things out, this is kind of against the spirit of the whole situation. We'll get some more honey. Okay, so we got all that going. So, all right. So, if you are watching this, and if you are the type of person that likes to help backseating, there is something that I am having a lot of trouble with. And if you can help me with it, I would appreciate that. If you look at our books, here's our books. Oh, here's our books. 4 shrines. Now, supposedly there's 4 shrines throughout Quill, and each one of these shrines, it only opens in its corresponding season. So there's a shrine for summer, spring, winter, fall. And within the hollowed walls of the shrines are said to be 6 pillars, each representing our beloved goddesses. Each pillar hosts challenges laid down by the goddesses for some unknown purpose. So, some sort of like puzzles or whatever else inside these things. Now, I can't find any of these shrines. I can find a door. There's a couple of places where where it looks like there might be. There's a couple of places where I know that there's doors that I can't get into. I don't know if those are the shrines or not. Now that I've said that, there's one that I haven't checked on. So maybe we'll go have a look at that right now. As you can see, the money's still going up. I haven't touched my shop. I mean, as far as going in and doing actual blacksmithing or anything like that, I haven't done any of that whatsoever. It's all just been letting just stocking up the shops and then letting the workers do it on their own. So there is another. So I kind of know where, like, there's one over here. I forget where it is. It's in, like in cutting plots or someplace up here, there's like a door like stuck off to the side. I still have no idea what's going on with the dancers. That's still, I mean, it's not frustrating me. It's just annoying. I'm gonna go into copper pot here real quick. I'm gonna go into that mine. Now we're not gonna go into the deep mines. We're just gonna go into the normal mines because the shrines, I just don't understand. I mean, it acts like it's something big that we're supposed to know about, but I can't find them, which is kind of frustrating. As much as we've, you know, been playing the game, it seems like we would have ran across them by accident by this point. But if they're only open, you know, it's like it says they open up on the during those particular seasons. So are they only open up on the first day of that season? So you can't just go in and just spam them or whatever. I don't know. So we're gonna go over here. I think there was one. Like there's Ferris Footway, which isn't labeled as a mine. There's nothing else I'm in this zone. And this, we still can't own the. We still can't own the bars, the pubs, the taverns. I don't know if that's because. Well, hey, while we're here, we might as well get this. I don't know if that's because there's some quest that we haven't completed yet that will allow us to own the pubs and the taverns and the whatnots. We still haven't collected all the insects. Obviously, there's insect collecting in this game. I mean, I don't know why I said obviously. I mean, there is insect collecting in this game if that's the kind of thing that you're... So, like, if you look at this symbol... Okay, so here's a door. Now, there's no way to get into this door. So there's this one, and I'm guessing that this would... I don't know which symbol... I don't know if that's a symbol for a season or what. If I use my... This here doesn't do anything. So there's this door. Obviously, we have the entrance to the deep mine, so that's not it. So there's two of them that I'm pretty sure where I know where the entrances are. There's that one, and then there's one someplace else. If I see it, I know it. I think it's down there by burial grounds or whatever, in that area. If I see it, I know it. But we can't get into it. I just don't know. So if you know how to get into those shrines, I would really appreciate it. Like I said, I normally don't like asking for help in those kind of things, but then again, I'm not going to spend the rest of my life playing this game. Speaking of which, I think I am going to be changing my upload schedule for this game to probably around once every other day, if not even shorter. There's a couple other games coming out now that I really want to start playing that I think I might enjoy. And I've been using my sickle more, just so I can try to get the skill up on that. See if I can find that one that I was talking about. Not here. Now, like, I thought it might be the actual... Okay, you see these things here? I thought it might actually be those guys. Those big dudes. And I'll tell you what, I mean, I spent the whole... afternoon yesterday. Not afternoon. I spent the whole game day trying to get into those things. Trying to figure out where these shrines were. Because they kind of look like... Now, see, like, I kind of thought maybe this is one of them. Okay, because here's... This one's got a symbol for each of the... Because it says they'll have six statues, and then this has only got 5. This has got a symbol for... What are these symbols? Are these symbols for our goddesses, or what? Like, if I shine the lights on them, they don't do anything. These are kind of like the symbols you see elsewhere in the game. And that just goes up to a mine. Right? This just goes up to another mine. Let me show you. I'm going to show you in a second here what I did. Which I thought was absolutely bonkers. Because it was absolutely bonkers. Oops, wrong thing. We need this. I mean, while we're here, we get so much ore now. Nothing over here. Because other than owning more shops and getting to legend 10, and you can see now we're already at level 7. I could literally just leave the game running and get all my reputation because of my shops. I still don't own all the shops. I still need to buy at least one more blacksmith shop because they are easy money. Come down here. There's nothing down here. There's no more secret doors down here. I have to go back to that same door. I wanted to show you something. Sorry, I got distracted. I don't have ADHD, but I still do get distracted quite easily. Of course, a lot of it is, some of it's like, because there's no maps here. You can't map the mines, which would make things easier. But I'm not blaming the game makers, I'm just saying it would make things easier if there was a map for the mine, and that way I can pop in here and say, oh, I know that there's no door over that way, so I'm not going to bother going that way. I would remember. You love hearing me ramble, don't you? Okay, so I'm going to go back up here, I'm going to go back out and I'll show you what I was going to do the other place. One of the things I tried to do to get into the shrines, the seasonal shrines, which I'm sure they exist, for the books wouldn't lie. Unless for some reason, because the game is still technically in early access, so I'm guessing there's still a possibility that the shrines simply aren't done yet. But it seems like it would be easy. It seems like the game developers just would have just not put that book in if that was the case. It was just like, okay, we're not ready, so we're just not going to put the book in. But anyway, what I did, is this one of them? No, it's not even that one. Oops. I want to try and mine it. Get here. Are these flowers? No. If you look at it, you can see that it's kind of got like it's kind of like boarded up. Okay, but even if that was the case, if it was boarded up, how would you get into it? Well, I was looking at that, and then I remembered, oh, we do have a way to fly short distances. I was like, maybe I could try that. Show you. Because it was this one down here, was in Festival Green. Down here in Festival Green, it's like, because this is the one, if you look at it, find it. If you look at this one for the moment, it looks like it's open. You see how see that little gate thing there is open. I was like, okay, so this must be the shrine. Unless I have to do something. Watch it be something to do this. No. Something here. Just making sure I'm not crazy and haven't missed something completely obvious. All right, that just goes to here. Okay. So I thought maybe I need to come here and then use a gassy apple on my pig, which makes the pig float, and then I can ride the pig. And when I'm riding the pig while he's with the gassy apple in him, he floats around. It's like, okay, maybe if I do that, I can float up to that door. Well, that's not it at all. That's not what happened at all. Nothing happened. Well, I mean, what happened was nothing. I wasn't able to get anywhere near it. I was able to float around, but I wasn't able to get into the... And we do have a fish finder, so I could have known. So there was no way to get into those. And that's, if I go look at the other shrines, there's four of these big ones in each of the festival fields for each of the cities, which, seems like it would apply to the 4 seasons. Well, this is the only one where that grate's open. The other one's the grate's closed. Now, I guess I could look. All right, let's take a quick look at our inventories if there's anything that we could possibly have that might. All right, so let's go down to where these are. Okay, so we have Angst Away, Flame Vial, Healing Cream, Flop a Lot Potion. Sure, love the name of that one. Poetry and Lotion. I do love the name of that one. We got these effigies. So if I knew which statue, I mean, maybe. All right, let's see. Let's look at something else real quick. We got all this miscellaneous stuff. H Pepper's naming nut. I don't know what that's for. Fairweather token. Forgot we have that. Forgot we got that little coupon for Fairweather. Here's all this stuff that we know we can use. Like we can use the Obscura for light and dark places. Our loot is not found in crate. We got honey, things that we can give to them. All right, so we have a wooden key, travels for routeways, torque a return, rain stick, Professor Bug Pass, biscuit toodle, music box, machine tool. We already know what that for. Friendship ring, we know what that's for. Keep mine key. All right, so we know what all these things do. But we don't have anything, as far as I know, we don't have anything in our inventory that would unlock that we just simply haven't. Yeah. All right, let's do this. I mean, I know that each of the gods and goddesses have some sort of favorite thing, but I can't even throw it up there. Like, I can't even throw it up in there. So even if that was their favorite thing, I couldn't throw it up there to give it to them. So I don't know. I just don't know. Once again, we are at a loss, and I did try shooting the old... Where are the tools? Did try shooting a slingshot into it. Because you can get it right there, but it just bounces off the fence there unless I do this. Yep, so it just doesn't go anywhere near it. So, much ado about nothing, that's what I'm trying to figure out. And I am not going to tell you to not help me. If you want to help me with that particular thing, I would be happy to accept the help. Alright, we've already got her. He loves us as much as somebody can love us. We already have a pig. We don't need to go to traveling traders. I'm going to go drop off all this ore. Our newest shop. And get rid of that so we can use this. And we did level up our thing. We did level up our scythe when I was out running around, so now I get a double shot sometimes. Get a shot at getting double when I use it, which would be nice, except it's not really something that we use that often. So our newest shop was here in Poppy Hill. And I wasn't sure if I had those two. Here's some fish. Go get me a fish, lady. And so we got 3-star pike. No, it seems like the pest. Seems like he does a pretty good job of fishing, better than me anyway. 9,000. Let's go see how this shop's doing. All the orders are taken care of. So we're not making that much money. But you can see there's the day we stocked up. 1,100. And we've only got 46, 70, and 82, which is fine. These two are not leveling up very quickly. We have 3 perk points now. Do we want to save up? Blacksmith Premium Box would allow us to get even more stuff. Stock gets here faster. For some reason my digital assistant thinks I'm talking to her, which I'm not. Every 2 levels of friendship. Don't we know about that? Random war or price lowered for stock for the budget box. Well, we don't need the lower. We don't want the lower. We want to get this collection of Fey ores. If we can get to that, then everything will be hunky-dory. So how's the stock here? Stock seems to be okay. Now this shop doesn't get as much business as the other ones yet, because the reputation is still growing. And jump off our junk here. Our junk for orders, materials. Actually, she's doing okay on materials here. Anything else we need to order? Everything here is pretty good. But yeah. So this shop is doing very well. The only question I have about that shop is whether or not I have the workers in the right spot. Because I know that one of them does better for the customers, and one of them does better for the actual smithing. Let's check on our shop in Mellowbrook. Now we could specialize these, but I don't see a reason to specialize them at the moment. How's this one doing? This one is making good money because it has. See, they're not gaining any stuff either. Any skill. But they're almost up to there. No specialization for this shop. So I need to give some energy. Hopefully when Star Sapphire comes back from being asleep. So this one's making good money. Orders all seem to be taken care of. There's not much on the shelf here, so we can do that. Got plenty of ore at the moment. Got aluminium and stuff like that, so I'm gonna go ahead and order materials for this shop. We need some... I mean, there's really no reason not to. Because everything that gets sold, I mean, the main thing we need is reputation. Ooh, 236 for this. 276 for that? I don't remember them being so expensive. But it doesn't matter. I think we're okay on utensils. Order a hammer. There we go. So that one's good to go. We're down to 7912. 7,912 as they say in the biz. I'll go check on the one in Candlewitch real quick. Now right now I don't have my kids out gathering. I've got them just sitting, well, not sitting at home. They're just working on gaining experience in other ways. And you know what I think it might be something to work on is getting a new wife, because that would give us a fourth person to handle things around the house. See, the eggs are... What was it called? Extravaganza? Yeah, it's that extravaganza event. I don't know if it just happens on this particular day. But I know that there's a time when the eggs just go the chickens just go crazy. Let's check on this shop in case he needs some stock. Get our basil. And so this shop is still doing really good. Still got a long way to go. We got 3 perk points. Alright, so there's nothing we can... The larger selection of rare items or order the premium box. Don't need that. 2 days for delivery. Stock budget box. Okay, let's do this, because this will apply to all of our shops. So now we can order rare items. And next will be the Fey items. Let's order materials, because we are... Alright, so we are almost out of materials. I don't know what is rare. The things down here at the bottom, they're rare stuff. It looks like we can order items from the monsters now, which we might not have been able to order before. Which, if we can get to the point where we can order 2 and 3 star item, 3-star items, that could help with some of the quests that we have to do, where we have to turn in things. You know what I'm talking about. We're gonna load this guy up again. Some of these don't seem like they were that rare. Maybe he's just been using them. I mean, they seem like these might be common ingredients and things. Oops, ordered the wrong box for that. Fine, cuckoo-doo. So there's that. So we need to find, we could find ourselves another wife, because we can only have 3 kids. We can have 3 kids and 1 wife. That'll make things easy around the old homestead as far as taking care of the farm, which isn't that hard to take care of to begin with, but it would be nice to have a little bit of help around the house. And so, remember we saw somebody that looked kind of fetching. Her name was Glinda. Let's see if we can see where she is. She was fairly new. Glinda launched 20. I'm 18, right? I'm 20. She's 20. So she's in Frail's Fields. So let's go give her a visit. Let's go give her a gift. Now, I don't know if we can... What happens if we give her a Rose of Romance before... We got it. I can't remember. So I know we can take her on a date. Let's see. This shop should have... I thought I stocked up this shop already. Now this shop is making good money, I guess. See what our... We don't have any perk points, though. We're pretty good reputation-wise. We do need a Rose of Romance. Don't know if we have any in here with us or not. Go ahead and order stock. A lot of these things hardly... hardly cost anything, so I don't know if they're even worth ordering. Moxie. We can't even order Rose of Romance. So we're gonna have to go find one on our own. We're gonna have to go to another shop and buy one there. So we'll just go on the other shops. He was in Frail's Field, so we just need to get close to Frail's Field. We'll go use the... And surely she would like our owl. You like my owl? My kid? Yeah, what are you doing over here? You're supposed to be at home studying. Kids! Oh man, there's one of them I'm told to go out adventuring. So there's Mellowbrook. There's Frail's Field. So we're looking for Glinda. Now she might have a job. Our Sapphire was kind of low on energy. I'm gonna stop and give her some food. Give her an apple. The man had 7 apples in one hand and 12 apples in the other hand. What did he have? Big hands. That's not really gossip, but do be on the lookout for a man with large hands. I think I have seen that. Now I did run into the Scarecrow. I was able to get quite a bit of like 5-star stuff off him, which was nice. Just shooting him with slingshot. Only in the world was that easy. Go around, shoot people with a slingshot, and they give you high quality goods. Let's see if Glinda is down at her home. No, she might not be. She might be out wandering around. I wonder if she likes strawberries as much as our first wife did. That's not Glinda, right? And that's Cat Turnip. How was our relationship with Cat Turnip? Okay, there's another young lady that likes strawberries. Actually, I don't know if she's young. She might be. Look at all those strawberries we got. Anyway, we got our friendship rating up. You know what I'd love? A delicious meal to inspire me. You have good cooking skills by all accounts. You think you could help me kindle my creative juices as well as those in the cooking pot? Ho ho ho. Any top quality recipe with turnip in it will do. Do I have anything with I got a hokey hoagie. There you go, lady. Delicious. Oh, you really caught the essence of the turnip there. I never knew that the simple little veg we have in abundance could be so versatile. You are a true friend for opening my closed eyes. From now on, it's only the best in our house. I got 11 friendship points for that. And I got 20 reputation for it. Alright, so that's not... I mean, I guess it's better than nothing, right? Alright, there's Glinda right there. So we don't know what she wants. She's truth, emetic, and friendly. So nothing would be nicer than having a wife who vomits a lot. So let's find the Rose of Romance. See if we can give it to her yet. Which we probably already had 30 of them on there. Oh, no, that's a white. Was it just a regular flower? Pink rose, poppy. I know we just bought it. Oh, there it is. Oh, we had tons of them already. I don't like you that much. Alright. So we know we can't do that just yet. So let's give her an apple. Okay, so she doesn't hate apples. Beware of fell. Alright, so we know that one. So we got it. So we can't just give somebody a Rose of Romance. We have to... Because the Rose of Romance initiates a date. And once we go on the date with them, then we can start the whole marriage process stuff. So got a ways to go before we can do all that stuff. So I know not a lot happened in this episode. It's mainly me begging for help. But please remember, if you know how to get into those shrines, let me know. Because that would really make things a lot easier. Because if we go and we look at... So that was Frail's Field. Like if we go look at Fine Fair, I think that's the right place. Did this just respawn? Okay. We go look at Fine Fair, where this goddess's statue is. This is a very poorly laid out town. The person who made this town never played City Skyline, I'm guessing. Gonna have lots of exits. For when you have dunderheads like me wandering around with no GPS. Okay, so if we go up, right, so here's this one. I guess the only thing we can do is wait until the next season and see if this changes. Rootway. We go up here. We look at this. Ta-da! This one's closed. So why is that one closed and the other one's open? I mean, I guess something we could try would be leaving an effigy here, one of these, which I'm not going to do right now. Maybe I'll try it in the next episode, because this episode is over. Thank you for being here, my dear friends, and I will see you soon.